Hey, what is up mortals, it is Kyan here, and before we get into the video today, I'd like to thank the supporters on Patreon. This support means a lot. A link to the Patreon will be in the description below, as well as a link to the Discord group chat, where you can talk to me and all the other mortals like yourself. There's quite a few people there already, and it'd be awesome if you join us. After awakening inside Recovery Girl's office, Izuku sits up dazed from battle. Recovery Girl walks over to Izuku and calls him stupid for taking so much out of his body, and despite having a healing quirk, using One For All on it is breaking him too much. He apologises to her and asks her if she has heard from All Might and if he's doing any better, which she reassures him he is. This makes him sigh in relief. Then Izuku remembers the battle and when he was damaged, his desperation and pride made his body regenerate much faster. What was this weird power? Izuku leaves, trying to tap back into this power, failing as he doesn't need to regenerate. Why can't you go back into it? He'll have to ask All Might when he comes back to school. Through the night, Izuku is practicing his martial arts skills against a sandbag that his father used to have, becoming somewhat stronger with his regen quirk, making him able to handle staying awake. This is because of the fact that Bakugo still shows that hatred. He removed their emblem. He can't give up on his best friend, but at the same time he'll have to prove why he was chosen. At UA, Aizawa tells the students that they're off to USJ to get some battle practice as normal. Everyone goes, and like normal the League of Villains invade, with Kurogiri splitting up the students. Izuku starts rushing towards villains, attacking them, until Soyu grabs him with her tongue, flinging the two of them onto the boat. Soyu tells Izuku that they can't fight the villains, but Izuku gets an idea, telling her that she needs to fling him into the air, which the Frog Girl listens to. She grabs him with her tongue and jumps as Izuku jets forward, staring at the villains intensely. This is his chance to prove himself. He closes his eyes, prays that Bakugo is watching. His arm glows red with green sparks flying off as he rears his arm and flings it forward, yelling, "Detroit, smash!" A huge shock wave rushes into the water instantly, causing the boat to smash almost instantly as well as creating a tiny typhoon. All the villains start thrashing around as Izuku looks at Soyu and tells her to drop him, which she listens to. He falls into the water and starts swimming through the water, attacking villains and holding as many as he can underwater. Whilst they drown, Izuku's lungs repair any damage. All the villains fall unconscious and then thrown out of the water, hitting the side hard. Izuku leaps out and grabs a syringe from his costume, stabbing himself in the arm with it and pushing it in. His blood goes into his broken arm and it heals quickly as he throws it against the ground. Soyu lands next to him and asks him what they should do next, when the boy sees his sensei on the ground. Aizawa lay on the ground beaten senseless as both Izuku and Soyu have to watch until Shigaraki attacks her. In a fit of panic, Izuku goes to punch him when Nomu stands in the way, absorbing the attack as in canon. Both Soyu and Izuku are panicked by this, as Nomu grabs the green-haired boy, holding him tight. He is suspended in the air and held tightly as Shigaraki approaches Soyu creepily, holding his arm up. She is sat there fearless as Izuku angrily thrashes around, not wanting his friend to die. His arms glow and he punches the Nomu's arms away, shattering them in the process. Then he activates One For All in his legs and starts kicking the ground, launching himself towards Shigaraki, again shattering his legs. Then Izuku headbutts Shigaraki in the gut, hard, knocking him away. Izuku lands on the ground, unable to move as he tells Soyu to run. She hesitates, but he tears up a bit, yelling for her to escape with Aizawa and gave him some medicine. She uses her tongue to grab the capsule holders similar to her and bouncing away, grabbing the injured teacher midair. Then she bounces off far away with him as Izuku lays there hopelessly. Shigaraki stands up, placing on the hand that attaches to his face, looking at Izuku angrily. Kurogiri appears next to Shigaraki and tells him that a student escaped and that the pro heroes will be here soon, which annoys Shigaraki. He walks over to Izuku, not caring about the heroes coming. He'll deal with those later. Izuku looks hopelessly at Shigaraki. Shigaraki crouches down, holding his hand out towards Izuku. "You have a good heart, kid. That makes me sick. This game is over for you." Izuku's limbs start to glow pink, but it won't be in time. Tomura goes to place his hand onto him, when suddenly a huge explosion hits him. Bakugo flies over with his explosions and blasted Shigaraki away, looking down at Izuku. "Don't you dare die yet, Deku," the blonde berserker says as he grabs Izuku and blasts away. Nomu leaps after them when Todoroki appears, creating an ice wall, hitting the Nomu away. Kurogiri goes to use his portals when Kirishima leaps at him, punching him to the ground, holding him down. Both Bakugo and Izuku land, where Bakugo places him on the ground, asking Izuku if he's alright. Izuku nods, his arms and legs are no longer glowing. He tells Izuku to stay there and heal, and he goes to blast away. While Izuku thanks him, without another word, Bakugo blasts himself over to the battle. The Nomu stands up and starts to attack Todoroki, with the boy using ice to try and block it. This proves ineffective as the Nomu easily walks through and uppercuts him hard. Kirishima yells out to Todoroki as suddenly Shigaraki arrives, going to grab Kirishima. He dodges, which makes him release Kurogiri, who uses his portal underneath the red-haired man. As Kirishima is about to fall into the portal, it vanishes as Aizawa leaps over, kicking Kurogiri away and looking at him. The darkness around him vanishes as Shigaraki rushes at him again. Seconds before he can touch the distracted Aizawa, Bakugo arrives and uses his explosions to push the League of Villains boss away. The Nomu stands beating into Todoroki, which Izuku sees. He knows no one will be able to stop that thing, and they're not even standing a chance. Now, he has to help. His limbs glow pink yet again as they regenerate quickly, but he isn't paying attention. His bones click and his blood flows suddenly, and he is completely fine. He stands up and calls out for Soyu. She hops over, giving Izuku his pills back, which he slides back onto his arm, asking her to take him over there, which she listens, and leaping with him, throwing him down to the floor, right where Todoroki and Nomu are. This is it. His one shot. If he fails, he can't save anyone. If All Might was here, he'd save everyone with E, but it's his fault he isn't here. This rage fuels him as he falls on his arm, channeling One for All. He'll save Todoroki as he yells, "Kacchan! Grab him!" Bakugo looks and activates his grenade gauntlet, blasting as fast as he can, grabbing Todoroki from out of the monster's grasp. He blasts away, holding the bloodied boy as Izuku falls. The Nomu sees Izuku and dodges his punch, which is what he anticipated, deactivating One for All, landing on his hand, shattering his wrist. When he uses One for All in his leg and kicks the Nomu in the jaw, knocking him away, his leg completely fine. Meanwhile, Kurogiri tells Shigaraki that they need to retreat before the other heroes arrive, which Shigaraki protests, rushing at Aizawa. Kurogiri puts his foot down using his portals and teleports the two, making Shigaraki scream in rage. Aizawa turns to the Nomu and looks at it, telling Izuku that he's deactivated its shockwave quirk. Now, do it. He uses his other arm and hits the Nomu as hard as possible, causing him to fall to the ground, unconscious, smashing the ground underneath him. Izuku looks at his arm and leg, seeing that they're completely fine, eating a small pill and regenerating his wrist quite quickly. He walks over to Todoroki, who looks bloodied and bruised, asking what his blood type is, which the Dage student replies that he is O-type. Izuku sighs in relief, giving Todoroki an ultra pill, telling him that this will heal him, which he eats. His wounds quickly heal, shocking him, but asking how he does this. Then Izuku offers Bakugo one, but his pride gets in the way. He doesn't want any help from him, blasting the pill away, and telling him that he doesn't need his help. Izuku knows that him and Bakugo will be fine. He could tell his face wasn't the typical rage to his face, but the calm face he shows his true friends. The green-haired boy smiled at this fact. Anyway, that's it for the video. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, and as we always say, peace out, mortals.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining.